This is my channel. Today I want to discuss a lot of concerning topics I see within the commerce industry. As you all know, this channel is based on technology, finance, and gambling. And by technology, I mean using technology as a platform, aka e-commerce, such as Shopify, eBay, Amazon. How do we use technology to leverage? How do we use technology to create income? How do we use technology to make money? How do we use gambling to make money? How do we use the casino as a bank to make money and to win money? We'll start off with e-commerce since eBay recently banned drop shippers. Drop shipping, in case you guys don't know, is the act of fulfilling an order that you receive on another marketplace and take advantage of the arbitrage opportunity. For example, if I can buy a Batman toy on Amazon for $10, I'll sell it for $18 on eBay, and I'm going to profit after fees and all that other stuff. I'm going to profit approximately like $3 or $4. That's just an example. Now it's very enticing for a lot of beginners because you know you can start with literally zero capital, and you can do it from anywhere in the world, and it's very enticing for lazy people like myself. I'm an extremely lazy person when it comes to making money. I do not like working. I like hiring people to do the work for me, and there's nothing wrong with that. Half the effort, double the income, right? eBay recently banned drop shippers, and I predicted this a long time ago, and that's why I branched out to my own e-commerce companies. And this was back in, I predicted this in 2016, in early of 2016. I predicted this was going to happen, and look what happened. If you guys want to sell on eBay, on these e-commerce platforms, you're seriously better off buying wholesaling, uh, you know, buying wholesale brand name products. Get your sales tax ID license. Check your IRS website of your state. Invest. Don't be lazy. If you want to drop ship, first and foremost, use your own website. But secondly, you're gonna get into problems because these payment processors, they hate drop shippers. And if you see my early videos, I predicted this and I told you this was gonna happen, and look what happened. eBay did a permanent ban on drop shippers, unless if you're drop shipping from a fulfillment center like a wholesaler or a print on demand service, like Printify or anything like that. You're basically screwed. And I know a couple people that they built the entire business on eBay drop shipping, and their business got shut down overnight. It's a very unfortunate thing. But if you have no contingency plans when you're selling products or running your own business online, on e-commerce, on the internet, then you're pretty much screwed. If you're just using one PayPal account to process payments, they can shut you down whenever they want. They have the right to offset. If you're using a high-risk merchant account, they can shut you down whenever they want, and then your money's tied. You know what I'm saying? They have to follow the Visa Mastercard guidelines, which is 1% chargeback rate. If you get over 1% chargeback rate, your merchant account is gonna get shut down. So I mean, it's not about how much money you've made in the past. It's about how fast, how fast you can make money, how fast you can implement action, how fast you can execute action in a practical, methodological way. I told you guys this, where we at, 2019? I told you guys this in early 2016. And Amazon is gonna ban drop shippers too. So all them programs like Wholesale to Be, all them fulfillment programs, that's all irrelevant. All those how to make money drop shipping online, training courses that you guys paid like $400, $500 from other gurus, e-commerce gurus, or finance masters and things of that nature. That just went down to waste. All right? You cannot survive these marketplaces if you don't have contingency plans in effect. If I'm selling products, if I'm drop shipping, that's a high risk business model. It's a very lucrative, sexy business model because I'm basically telling you, yeah, you don't need startup capital. You can have zero money in the bank because you're going to use the customer's money to fulfill the order. You know what I'm saying? And you could do this, yeah, you could be in the beach. Like, come on, give me a break. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, that was more viable, but times change. And that's the thing. That's another thing about selling like on Amazon and eBay is that you don't control your brand, you don't control your company, you don't control your business. They control it for you. You feel me? You want to use them to leverage off their traffic, but the end goal is not to continue to sell on these platforms. That's not the goal. The goal is not to build a $1.3 million business on eBay or Amazon. Yeah, you could do that if you want, but I'm gonna tell you guys right now, all right? You're playing with fire, because they will shut you down overnight. You can follow the rules, it don't matter. There's been instances where competitors will buy products from you and they'll leave you a negative review, and that's gonna hurt you in the algorithm, and it's just a big ass headache. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to succeed, you need to remain anonymous. All right? You need to have multiple merchant accounts to process payments if you want to succeed in these platforms. You cannot just make $1 million in reselling textbooks or whatever on these platforms, and when when you have like a couple chargebacks, or a customer wants to scam you, or something unfortunate happens, or they change their policy, guess what? Now your entire business model has to change, has to evolve. And if you don't evolve and if you don't change, guess what? You're going to get shut down. And nobody wants to get, trust me, nobody wants to get shut down after producing millions of dollars in revenue, per year. And that's a very volatile lifestyle. So the main objective here is to learn how to run Facebook advertising, learn how to generate internet traffic, all right? The internet is a platform that allows you to live the life you ever wanted, okay? Learn how to build a brand, learn digital marketing, learn search engine optimization. That's the whole point of this channel, is to educate the masses when it comes to these variables that's very important for your business, all right? Learn how to produce money, learn how to be a digital revenue specialist. That's a high income skill, by the way. When you have the skill set of matching a product or a service with a targeted customer, you know how to get that customer at a low customer acquisition price, and you just scale up your marketing campaigns. I mean, the sky's the limit. This is how I was able to generate $20,000 in 30 days with my first Shopify store. All right? Like, money in versus money. At the end of the day, it comes down to money in versus money out. If your customer acquisition cost is $2, for example, this is just an example. Obviously, it's not going to be $2, but it's just an example. If your customer acquisition cost is $2 and you're selling a product for $12, and your net profit is going to be $8 after fees and expenses and all this other, madness. For every $2 I spent, I'm going to get back $6. That's a 6x return on investment. That means if I spend $1,000, I'm going to get back $6,000. If I spend $6,000, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to get back $36,000. This is how you build, all right? This is how you build a sustainable, consistent business. And in brand, everything comes down to branding. Everything comes down to branding. What's the difference between LeBron sneakers and a sneaker with the same materials as the Soldier X, Soldier 11? You know what I'm saying? It's the branding. Why do you think these companies are willing to pay all these influencers a lot of money? It's due to the branding. They have a lot of traffic. All right. How do you think the Super Bowl makes money? How do you think how do you think Facebook makes money? And Facebook is literally like the number one. How do you think Amazon makes money? It's with the traffic. People that are selling on Amazon, all right? Third-party sellers like myself, third-party brands, we sell on Amazon, and we have our own brands outside of Amazon, but we need to leverage Amazon because of their traffic. All these major companies have built themselves up to billions of dollars due to the traffic. Why do you think Instagram is worth so much money? Because everybody's on Instagram. It's traffic. All right. Eventually, essentially, that traffic turns into customers, turns into money. You feel me? Money. If I'm a real estate agent and I'm paying, I'm on the MLS and I'm paying for watchdog services, don't you think it's easier for me to just set up a website and run Google advertising and target the people who are looking to buy homes? Or hire an SEO company to do it for me? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, guys. Like, if you know how to leverage off the internet, if you know how to generate internet traffic, you're never going to be broke. You're always going to have money. All right? If you know how to match a product or service to somebody who wants it or needs it, you will never lack in money. Understand that. Okay? And that's a very important, that's a high income skill. You could do affiliate marketing. You could do e-commerce. You could do print on demand services. You can sell high ticket items. You could the sky's the limit. You know what I'm saying? And when you have contingencies on that, and you got backup plans and a plan B, plan C, plan D, just in case if PayPal wants to shut you down, you got a bunch of stealth accounts. In effect, you want to come on. There's no excuse. There's no reason. You feel me? Like if you've been okay, first of all, I feel sorry for anyone who's generating, a substantial amount of income on eBay, and their whole drop shipping business got shut down overnight because now they literally banned every single drop shipper. From what I hear, they suspended and they banned every single drop shipper. All right, like I seriously hope that you have sufficient income, you made sufficient money, you saved money, because business is volatile. If you want to be successful, study individuals who's been successful at it for 4 or 5 years. Study the long-term players, the power players that has been at it for years, not the guys that they made $100,000 the first 6 months. Now they think they a bunch of badasses, and on their 7th and 8th month, their whole platform got shut down or their business model got shut down. All right. Yeah, it's impressive. They generated that amount of revenue in that amount of time, but at the end of the day, consistency and sustainability and scalability is what's gonna make you money in this industry. All right. Now, I wish I'm gonna talk about cryptocurrencies as well. I wish that Amazon will set Bitcoin and eBay will set Bitcoin as a payment method, and cryptocurrencies would be a much more day-to-day thing, right? Because let's say if you are a e-commerce business owner and you set cryptocurrencies, well, guess what? The cat is out of the bag, meaning that ain't nobody gonna tell you you can't sell this, you can't sell that. Ain't nobody gonna tell you, you know, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. You feel me? Like it's peer to peer. You can literally transfer thousands of dollars, and you don't have a middleman telling you what you can or can't do. It's peer to peer. Like the old times, like the ancient times, it was transaction was between merchant and customer, not merchant, PayPal, and bank. You feel me? And if you guys were selling products or engaging in e-commerce business back in 2015, 2016, or even 2014, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. I believe 2010 eBay banned like over 1 million sellers, and they got sued. I think it was like 2010 or 2008. I'm not sure, around that time frame. And it was just a big it was just a big mess. So I wish that We already had mass adoption with cryptocurrencies. I don't care about the volatility because I understand the value, I understand the technology, I understand the scalability, I understand the implementation for future uses of blockchain technology and Bitcoin. All right. Now, in order for me to send money to a third world country, for example, and I do it through Western Union, they're going to charge me like 5 or 6% of whatever. All right, 5 or 6% of whatever I'm sending. So that means if I'm sending $10,000, they're going to charge me 5 to 6% of that money. All right. I'd rather pay the network fee. If I'm sending multiple Bitcoins, the fee stays flat. I'm paying one network fee. That's it. I can send $100,000 and I'll pay the network fee of the blockchain for Bitcoin. And in most cases, actually, I say 97.99%, the person I'm sending the Bitcoin to will receive the money instantly. All right. So people that are saying cryptocurrency doesn't have its place in this world, you don't know what you're talking about. And the reason for that is because you see, cryptocurrencies is basically what email did to mail. I was a little kid at the time, but when email came out, I remember adults around me saying that, oh, it's never going to replace, mail, or that's stupid. Why should people do that? When eBay came out, people were saying that's stupid. I don't trust people. Look where it is now. Look where it's at now. We need Bitcoin, all right? We need cryptocurrencies to work. The level of speed and implementation that you can move money, receive money, and it's peer-to-peer, gives you a sense of freedom, a sense of independence, and you can remain anonymous. If I sell a product, on these marketplaces, and I'm a novice, I don't know what I'm doing, and I have my personal address and my name on the on the shipping label, and the buyer could be a psychopath, you know what I'm saying? I'm at risk because this person knows my address. So you guys got to understand that Bitcoin ain't going nowhere. First and foremost, it's here to stay. All right, it's going to take some time, but it's here to stay. Now, I want to talk about Amazon. Amazon, we're going through a lot of changes. Amazon has recently taken out their seller support phone support, which is pretty stupid, if you ask me. And that goes back to what I'm saying. Build your own brand and leverage off their traffic. Use their traffic. If you can scoop up their traffic, that's even better. All right? These are multi-billion-dollar companies, corporations. Learn how to build your own brand. Because can you just imagine that you're a third-party seller and you get into a dispute with a buyer and you're in the right, the buyer's in the wrong, and you contact Amazon seller support through mail because now they don't have a phone support, and it takes them 3 days to respond to you, and now the buyer shut down his account. He did a dummy account and he basically scammed you, and now you're out the money, you're out the product. Like, come on. With that being said, building your own brand, building your own company, that's what everybody should focus on. Also have multiple merchant accounts. Screw Amazon, screw eBay. Just use their traffic. Yes, I make a lot of money on these platforms, but at the end of the day, I don't own it, so it doesn't matter to me. Now, I want to talk about, because I see a lot of people. Here's the thing. I see a lot of people talk about Shopify this, Shopify that. First and foremost, I've ran 5 successful e-commerce stores using the Shopify host, using the Shopify platform, and I still do. All right, but, and this is a big but, and I want you guys to pay attention to this very carefully. Their payment processing system is pure trash. All right, Shopify payments is pure trash, and I'm gonna tell you why. Shopify payments is pure trash because the second you start selling high ticket items, you're on a rolling reserve. You don't even have to be drop shipping. You could be wholesaling. You could be selling private label products. You could be reselling. If their system detects, that you're selling high ticket items, which usually $600 or $1,000, you're automatically on a rolling reserve. That's usually 10 to 20%. They shut you down. For example, let's say they shut you down. Now you're required to get another merchant account. You get another merchant account, you got to pay an extra 2%. First of all, don't charge me an extra 2% per transaction when I have to pay for traffic to the site. The reason why we pay 10% on eBay, 10% on Amazon is because they provide the traffic for us and we pay after the sale was done. So you're telling me, let's say for example, if I'm somebody who doesn't know how to run Facebook advertising or social media advertising, right? You're telling me that I need to spend money on traffic to generate traffic, right, to my shop, and nobody can buy anything, but once they buy something, that's 2%. You feel me? So, I mean, why should I spend money on traffic? Spend 2% per transaction. Well, pay 2% per transaction. It might not seem a lot, but that's 2% per transaction. So if I have 10 sales, I'm going to pay 2%. So it's going to come up to 20% if you do the math. All right. If you're a high volume seller, that's going to cut into your margins. And the margins are already not big enough when you're drop shipping on your own website, or even when you're doing print on demand, unless you follow them through a sales funnel. So I have to spend money on marketing. And if that traffic does not generate revenue for me, I'm out. I'm down the money. And when people do pay, it's going to take some time to recoup the investments. So why the hell should I pay? On top of that, I gotta pay the hosting fees, and I gotta pay for all these programs. Oh, and on top of that, it's not an open source platform, so you're not gonna rank on Google, all right? Because they use their private hosting, unless you're using WooCommerce, which Google loves WordPress, all right? So you're basically telling me I need to spend all this money, but you can shut me down whenever you want. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. I do still sell on Shopify, but a lot of these stupid gurus, I'm gonna call them out because they, all right, they want to sell their little affiliate courses and affiliate programs, all right. If I recommend you guys study materials, these are study materials I use myself. I'm not gonna recommend you guys study materials just because I want recurring income. Every time you sign up with Shopify link from their link, they get paid a recurring income on a monthly basis. And I'm here to tell you, Shopify sucks. If you want to build a sustainable, sustainable, scalable business, don't use Shopify. All right. Why should I pay $35 a month? Why should I pay for the traffic? And why should I pay an extra 2%? 2% per transaction fee if you're not gonna give me the level of freedom that I want. And speaking about freedom and independence, that leads me to this other topic I want to discuss about. First and foremost, I'm sick and tired of these stupid companies and these stupid corporations that they think that, they basically, here's the thing. They want to tell people what to do, and they want to pay. They have the money and they have the power. Obviously, money talks, all right? But Don't tell people that you cannot resell your products without a license, because I'm gonna tell you why. Because if you buy a product under the first sale doctrine law, if you buy it, you have the right to resell it. If I buy a Batman product from Goodwill, or if I buy a Spider-Man product from a garage sale, I have the I'm under the first sale doctrine law. I have the power to resell it. So don't tell me I need a license. I need to be branded. And I see Shopify stores getting shut down because of this. They're selling. They're first of all they're drop shipping. All right. So if you're drop shipping licensed products, then you're buying the product. All right. Under the first sale doctrine, you're basically reselling products. You're buying the product, you're reselling products. So if I buy it, I own it, I can do whatever the hell I want with it. All right? Don't let these companies tell you what you can or can't do. And you can dispute that, and you actually will win, because there was a case in Washington D.C. where some guy disputed, went to court, and he won under the first sale doctrine. That's why these platforms, they let you sell all these branded products. Now on eBay, they got something called the Vero program. But these stupid companies are literally paying money to eBay, so eBay can tell you what you can or can't sell. You know what I'm saying? So you guys want to talk about trademark this, trademark that? What's the whole reasoning and purpose if they're still getting their money? If I go to, you know, a comic book store and I buy a Batman product, I can do whatever the hell I want with it because I own it. On the first sale doctrine, if I buy it, I can resell it. So yeah. I want to talk about, and this might be off topic, but we're gonna get into gambling, because this is a very important topic for me. And there's a lot of parallels between gambling and being a business owner. First and foremost, stop saying, and this goes for anybody who wants to dispute this, stop saying that gambling is high risk compared to owning a business. If you're a business owner, you're gambling. You're taking a chance, all right? If I take $100,000 bank loan, and if you're a true business owner, then you should leverage off the banks, never use your own money. If I take $100,000 bank loan, right, and I hypothetically open up a small shop, I don't know if I'm gonna, I don't know if I'm gonna be successful. I can do my due diligence. I don't know if I'm gonna be successful. It could take 6 months to get that money back. It could take a year to get that money back. It could take 24 months to get that money back. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna be successful or not. I'm taking a gamble. All right. Yeah, you can do all your due diligence. You can do all this all you want. At the end of the day, you don't walk on water. You can't predict the future. You can only make smart decisions and increase your odds and probabilities and put yourself in a advantage situation. But at the end of the day, it goes in waves. You understand? So gambling is no different. The only different, I'm gonna be honest with you, the only difference between gambling and having your own business and being a business owner is that with gambling you get fast results and you save time. All right. So if I go play poker, or if I play on the slot machine, or if I go play blackjack or roulette, I'm gonna lose money straight up. At least I'm not gonna lose my time. With a business, you can invest all this time, energy, resource. You know what I'm saying? And 6, 8 months later, it proves to be a failure. And guess what? You just wasted 8 months on something that took the life force out of you. With gambling, if I lose money, I'm gonna have instant results. And the opposite is true. With a business, you could be losing money, the first month, the second month, the third month, and then you can start making money and be profitable the fourth, fifth, sixth month. But you still wasted time, right? Because it took time to understand that, to get that result, to produce that result. With gambling, I could win money in the same night. All right, I've done it many times. I've taken $1,000 bankroll and I ran it up to $5,000 in one night. All right, this is over 300% return on investment. So explain to me, all right, what is the difference between gambling and having your own business. It's the same thing. First and foremost, I don't go to casinos to gamble. I want you guys to understand that. I just use the word gambling, to convey what my implications are for you guys to comprehend. I go to the casino to invest. I'm an investor in the entertainment industry and in the casino industry. If I go in there, it's going to be with the intentions of winning money. I have a win limit. I have a stop loss. I'm already not gambling. When you go into a casino and you go in there with the intentions of entertainment, you're going to lose your money. All right, you got the pretty girls offering you drinks. You got people in the slot machines. They're pumping money into these machines. Are losing money. First and foremost, go in there with the intentions of investing and you're going to make money. Go in there with the intentions of entertainment and you're going to lose money. Use the casino as a bank, because if you know what you're doing, it's a gold mine. Use that money, because it's fast money. Use that money to fuel your business enterprises. All right? Because at the end of the day, a business is obviously more consistent and scalable. Having your own business is obviously consistent and scalable. Well, I'm not going to say scalable, because I've scaled multiple thousands in one night. I'm not going to say scalable. But the opposite is also true. You can also lose thousands of dollars in one night when you're gambling. What I meant to say is having your own business, all right? Having your own business is more consistent, all right? It's more sustainable as opposed to trying to gamble every night. Gambling is not meant to be done every single night. Gambling is meant to be done like 2 or 3 times per month. You go in there with a substantial amount of bankroll, $1,000 plus. You do what you got to do. You make your money. If you get a return on investment on your bankroll, I don't care if you're up 10%, you just made $100, you leave. Use that money. You allocate that money. You leverage off that money into your businesses. You understand? Because gambling gives you a platform to scale up, make a lot of money instantly. And I'm a professional gambler. But I'm talking about the recreational gambler, the individual that, they just go in there, they want to sit on the first slot machine they see, and they start pumping money into those machines. And trust me, those machines will take your money. Those machines got no problem taking your money. All right, I've seen people spend $5,000 in one night with the slot machines. The slot machines is the biggest money maker for the casinos. You can just read the financial reports in the gaming commission of your state. All right, if you're going to go to the casino, make smart decisions. Increase your odds and probabilities. Somebody who's playing the same numbers of the lottery every single day for 365 days in a year has a better chance and probability of winning the lottery than somebody who's just playing their birthdays or, cycling numbers once or twice per week. So first and foremost, if you're going to go to a casino, stick to table games. The number one game at a casino is blackjack, because it's a true 50-50 game. Don't go to the casino and don't go to a slot machine thinking that you're going to, hit a jackpot, hand pay, if you're betting $30 to spin, because that's extremely high risk. You go to the casino, you go to a table game, and you start, you learn how to do basic strategy, optimal play with blackjack, and it's a true 50-50 game, because the main objective with blackjack is make the dealer go bust. It's not reaching 21. You're facing off against a dealer. All right? Many people think the game of 21 is about, whoever gets to 21 first. You make the dealer go bust. All right? So basically, you want to stand on soft 17. And if the dealer shows a 15, you know what I'm saying? He has to hit. The dealer is showing a 16, a 17 he has to hit. You feel me? You're in a good position. Because there's only if you're playing a 52 single deck card, there's only a couple low cards that can screw you over. You're in a good position. All right? That's a good hand. The house edge, I believe, for blackjack is 0.5%. With basic strategy, it goes down, it goes into your favor. So basically, with proper money management, self-discipline, and mental clarity, you can literally take thousands of dollars from the casino. if you learn, basic strategy, and if you conjunct that with optimal play, card counting. You understand? Now, card counting deserves an entire video, like an entire 1 hour video. But what I'm trying to say is, if you're gonna risk your hard-earned money, if you're gonna risk your money to win money and scale up, then put yourself in a situation where your chances of probabilities of winning is a hell lot better than everyone's else. All right. The reason why card counting is very effective with blackjack is because as the cards are being dealt to you, is the advantage goes to your favor if you know what cards are left in the shoe. All right. Now it can shift to the dealer's favor. You don't raise your bets when you understand that the dealer has to hit on soft 17 if you're playing under those rules. Then you understand you can have a 15 and you can have a 10, right? Let's say you got a 10 and the dealer is showing a 14, and you already know that there's like a bunch of low cards left. You got 4s, you got 2s, you got 6. Then you already know what to do. All right. Now, the second game I've made a lot of money with, and I love, even though the house edge on this game is about 5%, and we play the American version. You play the European version, is 3%. With blackjack, is 0.05%. So blackjack gives you the best odds of probability of winning. The second game that I've made a lot of money and I love because it's very easy. You can hedge it. You can get very creative with it. Is European roulette with a house edge of only 3%. If you memorize that wheel, you study the wheel on the European roulette, you're going to notice that there's a lot of numbers interconnected with the wheel. And if you look at my other videos on how to win on roulette, these same strategies applies in a land-based casino and an offline casino. But obviously, you're going to make more money in a land-based casino as opposed to an online casino. So when you are tactical and strategic and you hedge your bets and you wait for the perfect timing, you're going to make a lot of money. All right. A 3% house edge is it's still low. Now, if you got the chance of playing American roulette versus European roulette, always pick European roulette. Stay away from American roulette. Because yes, those 2 extra zeros can screw you over. All right. If you're tactical, if you're strategic, if you're patient, if you're disciplined, if you have the money management, you're going to win money on these games. All right. You can go on a crazy losing streak and you're going to win money. European roulette is a beautiful game because there's like 5-6 different ways you get paid out. So you can hedge it. You can, put like $100 on column 1, $100 on column 3, and $50 on column 2. If column 2 comes out, you're gonna recoup. It's gonna be a loss, but it's not gonna be a complete loss. You're still gonna have money to be in the game. All right. If column 1 or 3 comes out, which gives you a 66% chance because each column is covering 33%, and now you're covering 3 columns, but you're putting more money on column 1 and column 3, and less money as a hedge, as an insurance against your bet on column 2. If you're smart, you'll wait for the ball to land on the second column multiple times consecutively, usually 2 to 3 times. If you play it like that, you're gonna win money. All right, because your odds and probability of winning, and I'm talking about land-based casino on real roulette table. Your odds and chances and probabilities of winning increases extremely high. Every single time that ball lands on the same section of the table, your chances of hitting the opposite section actually increases significantly. All right? So the house edge goes into your favor. All right? We're talking about probabilities here. Very, very, very rarely within the United States will you see a ball land on the same number in a land-based casino. We see a ball land at the same number 3 times in a row. I've never seen that happen in my life. I've seen an online casino because, you know, they use magnets. They like to rig people like immersive roulette because they got to pay a licensing fee to whatever software company they're using to outsource their stupid casino software. So they got to make sure they're profitable. On a land-based casino, you can easily read the revenue. All right, on a land-based casino in a major metropolitan area like Las Vegas or New York City or Atlantic City, you're gonna make money on that roulette table because you're gonna be tactical. You're gonna be smart about it. You're not gonna be stupid. You understand? So I will literally, my strategy is this, is very safe, and I have a lot of coverage. All right. I'll pull 3 units, 1 through 18, 2 units on the third dozen. All right. So that means numbers 19 to 24 can screw me over. But guess what? I'm not going to go up to a table and risk 5 units just to make 1 unit straight out the gate. I'm going to wait 2 consecutive times until the ball lands from 19 to 24. All right. So it might land like 19 and then the next number might land 23. And then I'm going to risk 5 units. I'm going to do it with confidence because I literally have 93% chance of winning. And if you play it like that, your odds of winning is going to be extremely high. All right. I don't know anywhere else where you could take $1,000 bankroll, run it up to $10,000 in one night. I really don't. Unless if you're gambling. The third game I would have to say that's goes into your favor is poker. And the reason because poker is a very powerful game because it's highly skill based. All right. If you know your community cards, if you know how to play poker, you're going to make money. If you know how to read people, if you know psychology, you have the choice of either calling, checking, folding. You know what I'm saying? So your decisions, your choices affects the game. It's not like a stupid slot machine where you just sit down, press a button, hoping you're gonna win. All right. Read up the financial reports at the casinos. The biggest money makers are slot machines for the casinos. So, you know what? All right. I'm gonna say, based on my experience, I like roulette because you can hedge it, even though the house edge is 3%. All right. But if you ask any professional gambler, they're gonna tell you, any like high rollers. I mean, I'm a high roller myself, but if you ask any professional gamblers, the majority of gamblers are gonna tell you, yeah, blackjack, poker, roulette. I'd have to say blackjack, roulette, poker. I like the game craps. And yeah, that's about it. So basically, you stick to table games. I'm not talking about electronic table games either. You can try to win money on electronic table games, but your hit frequency ain't going to be so high as opposed to a land-based casino where, you know, you're dealing with the cards. Don't trust these electronic table games when they got algorithms because they're no different than a stupid slot machine. All right. So with that being said, oh, let's not forget about sports betting. I'm like talking a lot about casino stuff, but you know, a lot of the money you're gonna make is sports betting too because it's very skill based. So I would have to put blackjack above sports betting, even though a lot of people are gonna probably disagree with me here. So I'd have to say in chronological order, blackjack, sports betting, roulette, poker, and then craps. These are the 5 main venues that you need to focus on. All right, the 5 facets you need to focus on when it comes to gambling. And obviously, there's more to it. It's not just, you know, go up to a random table game or bet on a sports team, expecting, you know, they're gonna do what they do. Here's the thing with a sports team, with sports game, sporting event, you get it's a 50-50 chance, right? It's like flipping a coin, heads or tail. Now, if you look into the trends, you look into read the injury report, you look into why this team won in the past, what exactly occurred, this and that, then now it becomes 60-40. Now you have 60% advantage because you're doing your homework and you have a statistical advantage. If you're studying the line movements from Vegas, if you're seeing that a lot of the sharp money, the professional money, is going into a certain team as opposed to another team, and they could rig it, but they're not gonna make it so obvious. All right. Now, yeah, you can rig sports, but trust me, it's nothing like what I've seen from electronic table games or online casino gambling. You make smart decisions, you're going to make money when it comes to gambling. All right. Learn it and don't be scared about it. All right. Learn how to gamble, learn how to build a business, and don't be afraid. Sometimes in life, we got to take a risk. The payouts in blackjack, roulette, poker, craps is so sports betting too. I mean, you could literally double your money in one night if you make the smart decision. If I have a $10,000 bankroll and I'm like literally 99.99% confident that this team is gonna win, I'm gonna go all in. And on a one direct hit, well, now I'm up 20,000. All right, I'm up $20,000 because that team won. You know what I'm saying? I mean, net profit is 10,000, but I pretty much put 10,100, to win $10,000 in one night. So when people ask me what's the fastest way of scaling up, making a lot of money, high risk gambling, but I don't consider this high risk gambling because we're taking the luck factor, we're taking the risk factor out of gambling. All right, we're investing. This is no different than putting $10,000 on a stock that you did your technical and fundamental analysis on, and you just double your money. All right. If I see that, I'm gonna give you a good fundamental analysis. If I see that, I'll give you an example. Let's say New York Yankees versus New York Mets. Let's say Luis Severino is injured, and New York Yankees, the only reason they're winning, and they're not giving up so many runs and they're striking people out, is because Severino has pitched very well every time he starts. If I look into the history that every time they've won, it's because Severino, was the starting pitcher, and they held down their opposing team to minimum runs, and they're playing, in their stadium, and they got no injuries. And guess what? What do you think I'm gonna do? What do you think? Let me ask you guys this question. What do you think is a smart decision to make? If you see that New York Yankees, this is a hypothetical question. If you see the New York Yankees, Severino, the pitcher, he's striking every time they win, they've won, is because he's striking everybody out and they're playing in their home stadium. Do you really think it's a smart idea to bet on them if Severino is injured and they're traveling when they have a weak traveling record? Do you think it's a smart idea to bet on them? No, absolutely not. All right, so that's a fundamental analysis. So you already increase your odds and probability of winning. Do you think that just because a team has won 5 times against a certain team, that the team is gonna repeat itself? If they got injuries, you think you think that trend is gonna repeat itself? All right, don't just don't just read a injury report and make a decision based on that. You wanna dwell onto it. I don't care how a team performed last season. I only care how they're performing this season. That's why smart investors, they wait for the entire preseason to be done. They wait for the spring training to be done. Because now you have a lot of information, you have a lot of data, you have a lot of analytics to make smart decisions, to make more informative decisions. Now you're going to understand, okay, why did this team lose to this team? Where were they psychologically? How do they recover after a loss? How do they perform after a win? Do they get hyped? Is their confidence up? You know what I'm saying? How does this team counteract against this dominant team? You want to take all that into considerations to make informative, smart decision. At the end of the day, you're risking your money to make more money. Stop making your sports bookie and your local casino stop making them rich because you want to gamble for entertainment. You want to throw money up in the air. All right? I guarantee you, if you make smart decisions, you're going to make a lot of money. Now, I'm also a sports consultant. I help people make money. I help people build up their bankroll. And I consistently hit 68 to 70%. But I don't gamble every day. That's just stupid. Let's talk about expected value. The casino will let you win money in the short term, but they're not going to let you. If you think, first of all, if you think you're going to go to a casino and sports book and bet on every team and play on every table game or play on every slot machine, and if you actually think that you're going to win money every single day, you're delusional, because that's not how you win. You set up a budget. If I'm betting on, if I'm betting on a sports team, I'm gonna bet the same amount of unit. If I have $1,000 bankroll, I'm gonna pick 4 teams. I'm gonna bet $200 per unit. All right, 2, 4, 6, 8 of 800. If I have a bankroll of 800, I'm gonna bet $200 per unit. 2, 4, 6, 8. Let's just say 5 games, just for all you E equals MC square individuals. All right. $1,000 bankroll, 5 games, $200 each. What do you think will happen? First of all, here's how I would do it. If I have $1,000 bankroll, I'm gonna bet 10 games. Let's just make it, into a nice little number. We could go 5 and 5. We go 5 and 5. We win 5 games and we lose 5 games. Guess what happens? I break even. If we go 5 and 4, I lose a little bit of money. If I go 5 losses, 4 wins, I lose a little bit of money, but I'm not gonna lose all my money. If I go 6 wins, 4 losses, all right, I actually win money because they don't take much. 50%. You make 50% of your capital, you break even. If I go 5 and 5, I break even. All right. Or you need to win over 50%. All you need to do is win 52% of the time, and you're making money when it comes to sports betting. If you're hitting 60%, you're making a lot of money. 60%. If I go 6 and 4, 6 wins, 4 losses, I can afford 4 losses for my bankroll. Playing $100 per unit. If I'm playing $100 per unit and I go 6 and 4, and we're betting a typical game of like -1, 105, guess what happens? I just made 60% on my money, so I'm literally up $600. All right, from a $1,000 bankroll. Now you can do that in a month. Pick the right games, pick your spots, pick the right under the right circumstances, things of that nature, and you're gonna get what you want. But don't think you're gonna pick 3 games every day and go at the end of the day, at the end of the week, you're gonna go like you're gonna be 10 and 2. You need to be extremely skillful. You need to have inside information. All right. The more games you play, the higher the chances of you losing increases. That's the law of averages. That's the expected value. Sportsbooks and casino, they win money based on your expected value. They're gonna let you win money in the beginning, but they know you're gonna come back and you're gonna want more. All right, and they're probably gonna get their money back too, because remember, the longer you play, that you're at a disadvantage. The more games you bet, you're at a disadvantage. If I set a budget of $100 per unit, and I go 5 and 4, if I go 5 and 5, I break even. All right. If I set a budget of $100 per unit on a $1,000 bankroll, and let's say for example I go 6 losses, 4 wins, I lose a little bit of money. All right. I'm gonna be down $200. But guess what? I ain't lost all my money. So now you want to be like ambitious and you want to go like, okay, you want to double up using market day strategy. You want to double up on every single time that you win a game. And let's say on record you're 9 and 1, you won 9 games, but you lost 1 game. But here's the problem. You go all in on the 10th game, on the loser game. Guess what happens? You just lost all your money because you decided to go all in. Take a course on statistics. If you keep the same amount of unit, you're going to win. Gamble the same amount of unit, you are going to win money. All right? You're going to win money. In the long run, you're going to win money. You're going to see a return on investment. You might go through a losing streak. You might go through a winning streak. But guess what? Recovering from a losing streak is a hell lot easier when you're betting the same amount of unit. Stop trying to double up after a loss because you want to recoup your losses. That's just stupid in my opinion. First of all, if you go to a casino and you try to use market strategy, that's not sustainable in the long run. And the reason why that's not sustainable in the long run is because if you go on a losing streak and you keep doubling up, you're gonna be capped out at table limit. That's how casinos that's how they countermeasure against the market strategy. It's the same thing with sports. All right? Your sports bookie is gonna cap you out at a certain limit because he doesn't want you to do market strategy. So if you bet the same amount of unit and you pick 10 games per month, for example, and you go 6-4, 6 wins, 4 losses, you just made 600% return on investment. If you start with $10,000 bankroll, you just made 600% return on investment on $10,000 bankroll, so you're up $6,000 if you have the skill set of doing it. Now, like I mentioned, I'm a sports consultant and I'm also a professional gambler. And I do e-commerce. So if you want help or if you need help in building up your bankroll, winning more games, making more money when it comes to this, you know what I'm saying? You can just contact me, all right? And we'll take it from there. But I just want you guys to understand that in order for you to have a statistical advantage, you have to treat it like an actual business because at the end of the day, it is a business, all right? I know a lot of people are going to say gambling is not the same as a business, yada, yada, yada. But guess what? Yes, it is, all right? You're taking a chance. Whether you're doing due diligence with a business, the only difference is that you're getting instant results with gambling. All right, and to me, gambling is better than being a business owner because if I lose money, I'm not gonna lose my time. All right, when you have a business, you gotta spend like you're not gonna get instant result. You're not even gonna know if just because November was a good month for you and December was a good month for you doesn't mean January is gonna be a good month for you. And you could be in the hole. You know, if November, December was good for you, guess what? January, February, March could be bad for you. You know what I'm saying? And then you're screwed. You're completely screwed out. So people do a lot of talking, but they really need to dwell into the reasoning why these casinos make money, why professional gamblers make money, why e-commerce is this, e-commerce is that. Use your mental powers. Use your mental ability. Understand why. All right? There's no such thing. Well, yes, I believe in luck, but it's not like how many people think, like, oh, she hit a jackpot, she got lucky. She didn't hit a jackpot because she got lucky. She hit a jackpot because she played those same lottery numbers multiple times. Because she's invested a lot of money. Because she studied the patterns, she studied the trends. Very rarely, and if you look up the history, very rarely that people play the lottery that, you know, they'll get it in one shot. If you're playing the lottery on a consistent basis, you're increasing your chances and probabilities of winning. The odds is like what? 1 in 0.000100. You know what I'm saying? For you to hit the lottery. It's about science, mathematics, probabilities, statistics, and analytics. When you combine all of them together, you're going to be successful. Whether it's e-commerce, finance, gambling, it don't matter. The numbers do not lie. Okay? The numbers do not lie. Follow the numbers and you're going to be successful. And you're going to live the life you ever wanted. And like I said, like I mentioned before, if you guys are struggling to see things clearly and precise, you know, we can have a little talk. And I'll triple your investments for a small fee, of course. Thank you for listening. Subscribe if you enjoyed this little podcast here. I just wanted to talk about this because I felt like it was needed, you know, needed to discuss this. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. and we'll take it from there.